Hey Cully, the law has changed. The law has changed. The law has changed. Let's have a proper look, shall we? Now, as you know, this is a Moaning Monday, and I'm trying to ask, I'm on my way to work, so I'm puffed out, but I'm trying to ask, what law's been changed? That's what I'm trying to understand right now. What law has actually been changed? Ah, you mean Act, the Vagrancy Act, yes. Now, as you saw from the beginning, those sorts of comments, no offense to you guys, you know, not everyone knows that it's just an act. Now, the Vagrancy Act. So what does the Vagrancy Act, or what did the Vagrancy Act actually mean? Well, the Vagrancy Act, quick Google search, is for homeless people living on the streets, begging out of shops, or shop doors, on the streets begging. Well, what's happened is they've decriminalised it, or decriminalised the notion of begging and being homeless on the streets. And I keep seeing all these people now, all these channels, you've seen them, I've seen them. Wild camping's now free. How is wild camping now free? And we're allowed to do it anywhere we want, and we're allowed to it's not the right to roam act, law, right? And that's the funny part, isn't it? When you start looking into it, quick Google search as well, I used the AI. Does the Vagrancy Act extend to wild campers, to free campers, whatever you want to call it? Guess what? It doesn't. The only place you're allowed to camp in England, for instance, is Dartmoor. At Dartmoor, you're allowed to wild camp on, especially after that clown, we all know you, tried to outlaw it because you wanted your land for shooting and fancy shit, right? Whatever. But when they actually passed that law, or in the High Courts of Justice or whatever it was, the High Court, yeah, you're allowed to camp on Dartmoor. But did any of you actually look at the Crow Act? The Crow Act says you're not allowed to camp on Dartmoor. There's always a double bind to these things, and that's what really gets me, right? Vagrancy Act. And it's like some people are saying, oh, but you can just pretend to be homeless. Cool, just pretend to be homeless. You have a car, you have ANPR systems, you have police databases and checklists. Pretend to be homeless. Now what you've done is perverted the course of justice and pretended to be homeless when you've got a home. You're wild camping out in the open. Now, out in the open is another thing that keeps coming up. Public land. What actually is public land? There ain't any. Public land normally extends to places like commons. You know, commoners' rights down in the New Forest. They've got stuff like that. You've also got common land in Wales, for instance. Now, in Wales, the mountain that we're staying on is owned by the water board. Right, they ain't doing patrols in the middle of the night and going, get off my land. It's classed as public or recreational land. No land in England or Wales or Scotland is free. It's owned by someone, something, or the Crown. Now, when you have even public land or recreational open access land, it is owned by someone. You know, the law is there for a reason. Would you like someone coming to camp in your garden and going, well, the law's changed? What law? There is no law. That has changed whatsoever. And it's all this misinformation, all this bull, isn't it? I saw a comment and they go, is wild camping legal now then? Because of the Vagrancy Act. As you saw from my little search, is wild camping legal because of the Vagrancy Act repeal? No, it's a completely different thing. It is a completely different thing, and this is what I've tried to say to people. This is what we've tried to say to people on our channel. If you're wild camping, get in deep. Check out how to find a wild camp spot. Check out the 20 top tips how to stay undetected. If you're getting in deep, no one... See, the problem is, you get these people And I've had a lot of stick for digging at people. But if you're going to be that brazen, you're going to have balls bigger than a bullock. Expect to get busted, moved on. Your little welfare checks and anything like that, it's like, what's the point, right? Okay, so we've got welfare checks now. They're not criminalising homeless people on the streets, begging on the streets. The Act, the Vagrancy Act. Abolished, repealed. I don't know, let me know what you think. But the catch is, and this is where we're going with it, the catch is they've decriminalised it to open, as you've seen, I'll put it back up on the screen now, to open up access to people, vulnerable people, people in need, homeless people. The way I see this going, yeah, pretend to be homeless, go for it. Then what happens is you've refused the help. You've refused the access to services. That's where it gets really funny, right? Okay, you're refusing. Not a problem. Can we have your details, please? Why is that? Because we're now fining you on the suspicion of antisocial behaviour. It's an order rather than an act, right? Or is it an act? I don't know. Again, Google is your friend. So you're refusing the help. Now you've got an ASBO. Or you haven't got an ASBO. It's a Public Order Act. The Public Order Act. Public order, right? You've started causing harassment, alarm, or distress. Yeah, you're going to look really good, aren't you? I'm pretending to be homeless and cause as much shit as you possibly can. This is as bad as those people walking up mountains in flip-flops in the middle of the night. I mean, what the hell is going on? Is it, and this is what I don't understand, is it a world of sheer stupidness? Is it a world of uneducation? I really don't know. It's an act, it's not a law. The law hasn't changed. Wild camping is still very much illegal. I say illegal, right? It is only illegal if you're trespassing. You're only trespassing if you refuse to leave by the landowner's request. So it still comes under civil law, all right? Civil. It's a civil matter. Until you refuse to leave, then it is a criminal matter. No matter how much you think you know about the law, even myself, just a couple of quick Google searches. Google is your friend, remember that. Google is your friend. Any questions like that can really get someone going. I mean, this is a bit of a calmer video today compared to my old Moaning Mondays. But no, the law has not changed. Wild camping has not changed. See, the amount of people we see keep getting busted all the time is because they've stayed up on Bamford Edge, because they've set ground fires, because I'm going to stay right out in the open and be a complete self-entitled prick about it. It's our God-given right to have fires. It's our God-given right to live on the earth. And I'm not sure I can find anything that says it's our right. But who knows? I mean, maybe there's someone more educated than I am on things all matter regarding God and stuff, right? I don't know. But just so you know, the law has not changed anywhere at all. I mean, Darwell, yeah, he tried. For Dartmoor, you have very specific pockets of land there that you're allowed to stay on. Sometimes, if the red flags are flying, if you're on MOD land or in the area, if the red flag's flying, you don't want to be there because it's live fire, targets, or training, any sort of thing like that. And yeah, you're basically going to put yourself in a world of shit and make a lot of people unhappy. So it hasn't been a wild rant and moan and groan at everyone for thinking this, or other creators going, we're now free to wild camp anywhere we want. We can do it legally now. Come on. I mean, they're just going for clicks. Get over yourself. Law hasn't changed. It does make me wonder how they've managed to run a YouTube channel. If they think law has changed. Yeah, mad. Absolutely mad. Anyway, Kelly, I'm going to leave it here. And let me know what you think down in the comments. This isn't a direct dig at anyone or any one thing. It's a collective of creators that think it's changed. A collection of people that keep commenting going, it's changed. The law has not changed. If I think of anything else, I'll put it towards the end in bonus parts. But if not, until next time, mate, happy hopping.